Where a student could see it if they needed to call the phone. With safety. The game has left me. Did I put that right? Not this guy. Just in case Mark first says all the hoops that we have to jump to. What do you like? You had the new procedures where we now exit the building first. Fire drills. You can't wait. I want to make sure I do it. Well, they're looking on that side. When you shut them in their car, that is not my intention.
We're going to start the July 27th meeting of the Hickman County Legislative Body. Clerk will call the roll.
All 14 are present.
All members are present. If you'll stand, Commissioner Jordan will lead us in our opening prayer, and Commissioner Herron in the opening pledge.
Lord, I thank you so much for this day that you've given us and all those that are here that are present, Lord, to see the business of this county done. Lord, keep all of us that are elected to do so. Keep in mind that we are working for the people of this county. Watch over us, help us to guide us in the right decisions, Lord. Lord, I ask you to bless our first responders, our law enforcement, our military. Lord, be with our leaders in Nashville and Washington. Lord, and as we go from this place, please watch over everyone, keep them safe. Lord, and watch over those that have to be out in the heat, Lord, because it is pretty rough out there. I pray in the name of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You should have received an agenda for tonight's meeting. We need to add a particular resolution to this that you should all have a copy of, Resolution 2632, and that's an interlocal agreement between the city and the county in regards to planning and zoning appointments. In regard to building inspections. So we'll need a motion to set aside the rules. Got a motion by Commissioner Jordan, second by Commissioner Giannakis. This will require a 2/3 vote. All those, this is set aside the rules so we can add Resolution 26-32.
Mr. Chairman, where is that? Is that going to be under new business?
It'll be under new business to be the last item. It was a motion. Commissioner Jordan, second by Commissioner Giannakis.
You threw us all out.
I know it.
Whose idea was it?
I was gonna add it, I thought we were gonna do the agenda and then amend the agenda.
I did that just for you.
Oh, I see what I did. Okay, I'm sorry. And here, Eli. Now what?
Any other discussion? If not, vote. The rules having been set aside and the resolution 2632, the chair entertain a motion for the approve the agenda as amended. Motion by Commissioner Barnhill, second by Commissioner Mayberry. Any discussion? All those in favor vote yes.
I just rolled back some voice.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right. We have a public comment period at this time. There are 5 resolutions that are on that, for tonight's meeting. And also these dubs into the public hearing in regards to the rezoning requests. Yes. The first person on the list is Miss Rader.
If you don't mind, I'll speak from here. I've had a
Absolutely.
slight injury. I'd like to talk about the resolution 2628, which is rezoning of Brown Hollow Road, 6716 Brown Hollow Road. In looking at the Hickman County future land use plan, it includes the following statements. Participants prefer that most of the county remain rural, with growth concentrated around major roadways and existing communities. The most intense growth should be along state routes 46, 7, and 100. Further residential growth should be at lower densities in the northeast area. While single-family residences may be adequately served by on-site septic, multifamily units or denser tract housing may be impractical in such cases. This rezoning is for 31.86 acres of a total of 45.21 acre property. That appears to be able to hold 31 houses at an acre per house. I talked to the District 2 Planning Commissioner trying to find out what's planned for that, and he estimated high 20s. I've tried to get more information about the plans for that property. I have not been successful. This included 2 visits to the Planning and Zoning Office, a discussion with Claude Calicott at the last June meeting, and 3 separate calls to the developer's office. Here are my concerns. The property is a very rural area, and I feel this is not the right place for a subdivision. The location is 2.4 miles from Highway 7, 2.1 miles from Highway 100, which is not, quote, along, unquote, these highways as shown in the Hickman plan. There is no sewer system, meaning all homes will need to be septic systems, which the plan itself states is impractical depending on the number of homes proposed. If there were septic systems installed, I'm concerned about how that would affect the groundwater in the area, especially since Jones Creek comes from this area, goes right through my property and several other properties on Willow Spring Road. I'm asking you to deny this rezoning request. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rader. The next person who's asked to speak is a Ms. Faye Robinson.
Yes, where shall I stand?
Anywhere you want, Ms. Robinson. Now, there's nothing on the agenda tonight in regards to the landfill fee, but.
Well, actually, it is a late service fee that.
Okay,
that
all
applies
right.
to me.
Okay.
I'm on the property on Moss Branch for 6 years. 5 years, it was a vacant house. So I received it when I lived outside of Chattanooga. I would put vacant house and send it back. I actually moved to the new house that I built March of 25. I didn't get the bill. I'm not used to getting a landfill bill of paying it. And I called when I got a bill for $302 And I was told that the 102 was for service fee, was for a late fee. I've seen late fees before, but I think that's excessive. I called the solid waste number. They said that they did not have the authority to waive a late fee. I have paid $200, 90 for 25, well, is it in arrears? Because I've been there a year and 4 months, and I've paid for 2 years already. But they said my only hope was to come before you guys and plead for mercy. One time waiving. So that's my case.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Jordan, do these typically come to your committee first?
They do, they come to solid waste committee first.
Yeah.
So it's the first Monday of next month, which I think will be the 3rd.
So I need to go.
The solid waste committee, yes, ma'am.
In the same room, 5 o'clock on the 3rd.
What?
5 o'clock on the 3rd of August.
3rd of August,
Yeah,
okay.
that's right.
This room, 5 o'clock, 3rd of August.
Okay, I was mishearing. Thank you.
The next person is Mr. Ethan Post. And Ethan, you said you wanted to speak about the opioid.
Is that on the agenda
fund.
tonight? Is that on the agenda?
It is not on the agenda as far as I know. I mean, I've got.
Is it going to be added to the agenda? This is the school's behavioral health services request for $160,000+ from the opioid fund. Y'all adding that tonight? No? What kind of hammer?
It's in a budget amendment.
The budget
It's a budget amendment.
Yeah, the budget.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, all right. All right, yeah, this might be a little too late, unfortunately. I did not attend the opioid board meeting and didn't know about this, and it's a little hard to know what's going on if you don't attend all of the small committee meetings, which I've attended about 50 or 60 in the last year, recorded them. And so that brings me to one request is we really need county commissioners to pass a law that says all these committee meetings need to be available, at least audio recording online within 24 hours, along with the meeting minutes of every meeting in the county. So I did push it for that next year. So talking about this, school system behavioral health services department is asking for $165,000. I'm going to just ask you to push this off 1 month. I will try to do some research and get you some more information. My question is, they had $100,000 last year. They're giving $30,000 back. So they only use $70,000. Why do they need $165,000 this year? Is this going towards salaries? Is this supplementing existing staff? Is this going towards curriculum? Could the curriculum be bought and used in the current health science classes? There are some good curriculums out there for this kind of thing. So I just would like to know a lot more about how this money is going to be used. It's a huge amount of money. It's a big chunk of the opioid fund. And I feel like if we sit on that money, there might be something come along and we're going to be like, boy, I wish we had that money, but we don't have it now. So I really want the school system or behavioral health just to kind of provide more information. And maybe they did, but I didn't see it in the meeting minutes and I don't have any access to that. So I'm just saying, if y'all don't know, maybe push it off 1 month and come back next month and vote on next month. That's all I got. Thanks.
The next person who's asked to speak is Ms. Terry Christie, and it's in regards to the live fire exercise complex. Ms. Christie, now we're going to be talking about that Thursday night, and so I mean we can't really discuss anything with you tonight. You might want to hold your statements until Thursday night, but that's completely up to you.
I would like to address it a little bit now because time is of the essence, and you guys know that. There should be an appeal that should have already stayed this presently, and it's not happened. So I would like to speak to you guys to say this is very important to make a move. I recognize that the Planning Commission was misled by Mr. Brown and the consultant for Fairview because this gentleman recorded that meeting, or we wouldn't have known about it. And the sheriff's comments in the paper this week, I want you guys to be thinking about this ahead of Thursday and hopefully move to get the stay issued and request Fairview stop work until it's determined in this body. So that's what I want to speak to tonight to help prepare for that, if that's understandable to everyone. It's a very dastardly situation.
The next person who's asked to speak is a Mr. Bobby Wims.
Yeah, that's me.
And it's on the same issue.
It is on the same issue, and I have a lot of the same concerns, and I'm here and I'll speak on behalf of everybody that didn't sign up. We're just concerned how this could happen with very little notice to us, and we've spoke to everybody and you've given us those reasons, but you guys prayed to the benefit and the service of the citizens of the county, and I don't feel like you're doing it. We also pledged our allegiance to the flag for those same reasons, and I don't feel like we're getting that justice or liberty by not having notice or giving them adequate chances to fight against this. So I'd like to thank you guys for going ahead and giving us Thursday to speak a little bit more on it and to maybe spend a little time considering that this is not in the benefit of the county or your citizens. Thank you.
And then Mr. Michael Tidwell, speaking in regards to the rezoning on Brown Hollow Road.
Yes, sir. I'm the property owner, 46716 Brown Hollow Road. We have followed all the rules and regulations for this rezone. Just looking forward to it passing tonight, and look forward to moving forward.
Thank you, Mr. Tidwell. The next item on the agenda is the adoption of the minutes from the Monday, June 22nd meeting. Motion by Commissioner Barnhill, second by Commissioner Mayberry. Any discussion on that motion? Seeing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The chair is unaware of any special recognition, memorials, commendations, anything like that. Anything that needs to be brought up? Elections, appointment confirmations. There is a note I have here from the mayor, who is not able to be with us tonight, and he has the planning and zoning board is, the planning commission is set in July of every year, and this year is the odd numbers. It is. And he has put forward these names. Dr. Eddie Boone, these are all being put back on. Dr. Eddie Boone for 7, Jeff Church for 5, Jason Carter for 1, Mr. Tommy Capps for number 3, and then Dan Mecklenburg for a vacancy on District 4. So do I have a motion to approve of those names stipulated by the mayor? Motion by Commissioner Jordan, second by Commissioner Mayberry. Any discussion? Clark.
I happened into the zoning office and asked a question that has facilitated this. And I've also, Brooke is going to be working with Josh to have her computer notify her 60 days before the next appointment. And like you said, they will occur in July. The vacancies will occur in July, reappointment, and hopefully we can be more on top of that in the future.
We had to do a little scrambling to get that done. But it is, the July 1 is when those got to be reappointed, which means that July would be our first meeting in order to do it. So we're not late, but it was a little more of a headache. Speaking of headaches.
No, I'm ready.
You ready?
I already have that here somewhere.
Okay. See no more discussion. All those in favor, cast your votes. Michael? Does any member wish to change his vote?
14, yes.
Those names are approved. Are there any other elections? Notaries? We have the following names have been submitted to be notaries in the county: Catherine Bledsoe, Savannah Crabtree, Connie Hudgens, Melanie Laxton, Christy Olschwager, Rebecca Potts, and Sherry Zimmerman. Have a motion to approve. Motion approved by Commissioner Giannakis, second by Commissioner Herron. Any discussion? All those in favor, vote accordingly. I'm not sure how to do that anymore. Does any commissioner wish to change his vote? 14 yes. 14 yes, those notaries are approved. There is a bond that needs to be approved for the trustees. I did not see that in the packet.
I've got it.
Okay. If you're willing to go out on a limb, help the trustee have a bond, I guess we need to say yes. She's not here, so I can talk bad about her. So I have a motion to approve the bond. Motion by Commissioner Jordan, second by Commissioner Pickard. Any discussion? Hearing none, cast your votes.
Punch it.
Does any commission wish to change their vote?
14 yes.
14 yes, the trustee's bond is approved. We have several reports to review and to approve. One, first is the Hickman County Clerk Fiscal Year Report. The second one is the General Sessions Court Fiscal Year Report. The third is the Juvenile Court Fiscal Year Report. The fourth is the Hickman County Ag Pavilion and Fairgrounds Quarterly Report. Fifth is the Trustees Quarterly and Fiscal Year Report. The sixth is the Chancery Court Fiscal Year Report. And the last one is the Hickman County Clerk Court Fiscal Year Report. Those were in your packet. The chair entertain a motion to approve. Motion by Commissioner Mayberry, second by Commissioner Chesser. Any discussion? Seeing none, please cast your votes. Does any commissioner wish to change their vote?
14 yes.
14 yes, those reports are approved. The next item is the communication from the county mayor, and as I said earlier, the mayor is absent from tonight's meeting. We made those appointments that we had to do on his behalf, and then we're going to be talking about that resolution 2632 here at the end of the meeting. The next item is the committee reports. Planning Commission.
Did not have any business.
Solid Waste Committee.
We did meet and the minutes are in your packet. I do have a couple of items, actually make it in one motion. We were informed by the director that we have applications for 2 grants, one up to $80,000 for a used oil grant, disposal grant, and the second for a convenience center grant of up to $150,000. They both require a 20% match by the county, and they were approved in the Solid Waste Committee unanimously by voice vote. And I'd like to put that forward to this body. Bristol let us know that we need to do that.
So, you have to authorize Jordan to apply for the used oil grant and a convenience center grant. Is that correct?
Right, and they're both 20% match.
And that's been got pushed through the committee.
Yes.
And you're making a motion to approve?
Yes, by this
Commissioner Pickard's your second that one. Any discussion? Seeing none, please cast your votes. Does any commissioner wish to change their vote?
14 yes.
14 yes, the motion's approved. Anything else from solid waste?
That's all I've got. Unless anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer or grab Jordan to answer.
Health, Safety, and Properties Committee.
Didn't meet. It was the Monday after the 4th of July, a lot of people were out of town, didn't have any real business. But watch your emails, we will be meeting in August, on the 3rd. The agenda will be there sometime this week.
Finance Committee?
We did make, minutes are in the packet, and I would like to put forth a motion to approve the financial summary for the month of June. That passed committee by unanimous vote.
Have a motion to approve the June financial statement, second by Commissioner Mayberry. Any discussion? Seeing none, please cast your vote.
I may need that hammer.
Does any commissioner wish to change their vote?
14 yes.
14 yes. Financial summary is approved. Anything else from the Finance Committee?
I don't have anything else, unless somebody's got some questions.
Budget Committee?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We met, the minutes are in the packet. Tonight I have 4 budget amendments to bring to this group, and we're gonna group these together. 2701 in the amount of $305,461. This is a grant for an ambulance. 2702 in the amount of $165,000. This is contributions from the opioid that was mentioned earlier to the school. Budget amendment 2703 in the amount of $19,046.50. This is a Sheriff Department grant and a carryover for some reclassification of funds. And 2704 in the amount of $10,000. This is a contribution from the town of Centerville for EMA, and we're allocating it to a couple of line items. I'll make a motion to approve these budget.
Have a motion by Commissioner Giannakis to approve those 4 budget amendments. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Herring. Any discussion? Commissioner Collins?
In our packet, in our notes from the opioid committee, it was described in detail what the school was gonna do. Is that correct? Is anybody in here on the committee? I read it. It pretty much laid out everything they were gonna do. Can I answer that question a while ago? It was in depth in the grant, or the grant application, what was asked for. Did I miss something?
Not that I could tell. I agree. There's information in there talking about it. The minutes are in the packet from that meeting, and it's included with the budget amendment, and it was approved in the budget committee that we had.
Because when I read it, there was an indication that there was some of it going to salary. But the depth of description, what was gonna be done on top of that was, I thought was adequate for what we were looking at, because I do have a problem with just paying salary out of that. That should be gone.
Any other discussion on the motions on the floor? Seeing none, please cast your votes. See any commissioner wish to change your vote?
14 yes.
14 yes. Anything else on the budget committee?
Nothing further.
Health Foundation. Agricultural Extension Committee. Public Records Committee. Economic Community Development. Board of Zoning Appeals.
We had no business, therefore we did not have a meeting.
Industrial Board. The Opioid Settlement Board. I know those minutes are in the packet. Animal Shelter Advisory Board. Library Board.
Library board did meet, minutes are in the packet. If you have any questions, I'd be willing to answer them.
Any questions for Library Board? Beer Board.
We did have a meeting, and we issued 2 beer permits. One for, let me see where, Mams LLC located at 10621 Highway 7 in Prim Springs. That was unanimous voice vote, and the other was for Cowgirl, where is it? Cowgirl, Cowgirl Canteen. It's on, on Shipsman Road, and that also passed with unanimous on the roll call vote. And anybody got any questions? It doesn't require any further action by this committee. Anybody got any questions, be happy to answer those.
Any questions for the beer board? Are there any other committee or board reports? Chair entertain a motion for all these minutes to be added to the minutes of this meeting. Motion by Commissioner Barnhill, second by Commissioner Mayberry. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? I looked at the meeting calendar. I don't think anything stands out crazily. Does anybody have any changes they want to make right at this moment to the meeting calendar? If not, if you'll get with Ms. Christie or myself, we'll get that out tomorrow. Unfinished business. The first item is under unfinished business is the decision regarding the future land use plan. You've had that for several months now. It's been batted back and forth. And so that has come from the committee to approve. You would like to speak to this? Commissioner Calcott.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we formally accept the land use plan.
Have a motion by Commissioner Calcott to formally accept the land use plan, second by Commissioner Giannakis. Any other discussion? Seeing none, please cast your votes. Does any commissioner wish to change their vote?
14 yes.
14 yes. That plan is approved. Resolution 2627 is a resolution regarding rezoning of the for Edwin Miller on Highway 50. This is the second reading. This was before the County Commission last month. It is sponsored by Commissioner Clark and Commissioner Callicott, coming from the Planning Commission. Do either of you wish to speak to this? Commissioner Callicott.
Yeah, this is the second hearing. There was some opposition to this from neighbors that was at the Planning Commission, and it's I will be, as you know, every rezoning comes to the commission out of the Planning Commission. I'll be voting no on this. It's commercial zoning for this property is not appropriate. My suggestion for the landowner to be seeking a special exception because of where the property is located.
Commissioner Clark.
I'm the co-sponsor on this, and I'll be voting no on it too, because it's just, I don't see it as being commercial property. And Claude and I both voted yes in the planning committee. We wear a different hat in the planning committee. The question before the planning committee is, does it meet the criteria? Not, should it happen or not. Yes, it meets the criteria for different reasons. But, I agree with a lot of the neighbors in that area that that's one of the better roads in the county. But it's not a lot of traffic, and there's not a lot of people around. I just don't see it as being commercial property on the vote I'm taking tonight. So like Claude, I'll be voting.
Any other comments on resolution 2627? Mr. Collins.
I've got to ask this question. I've never had that explanation given in here. I mean, are we basing this off of, there was two answers there given. One, the neighbors didn't like it, and the other was business is not gonna make it. I've never known us to take a vote based off of those things, other than the neighbors. I mean, can we clarify why Highway 50 that this is put before us, and because what comes out of the planning commission, or planning committee, I mean, it does meet the criteria, and if it's put before us with a yes, and then we come in here, and then, you know, the neighbors yelling, no, 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 this is gonna be bad for all of us, but going beyond what the neighbors say, and like, we know that the state says that on the state highway, they encourage commercial. Why is there, we don't need this, that's the question.
Commissioner Calicut has to speak.
Yeah, I could speak on that a little bit. The planning commission, I mean, it's much different guidelines, and as it should be. And the zoning resolution spells out in there what is allowed in certain zones, what is allowed in agricultural, residential, commercial. And if a rezoning is asked for, and it meets the criteria for a potential rezoning, the planning commission has no choice. I mean, we basically just have to run down the checklist. And so, but when it comes here, we have to look at it under a little bit different lens. The biggest issue for me personally on this piece of property is that once it is rezoned to commercial, that commercial tag will stay with that property. And so, right now, and the owner did not go into great detail, but it could, the use of that property could change at any time as long as it falls under the commercial zoning. And so it's a rural area, and I don't think technically it's on Highway 50, it's set off behind Highway 50 just a little bit. And so, right now it may not be a problem, but once it gets that commercial tag, then any commercial business could go in there, and there's no commercial property that's around it, doesn't have water out there, obviously doesn't have any sewer, anything like that to support any type of commercial business. And so that's why that even though that it fits the criteria to be asked for, to me, it's not commercial zoning, because it would be the only commercial zoning that would be, I don't know how many miles it would be from the next piece of commercial zoning. It's all residential, it's all rural that's around it. And so that's, me personally, that's why that I'm a no, and I hope that helps.
No, that sounds awful personal to me, but anyway, I mean, gotta look at it.
Mr. Jordan.
As with anything else, the state sets guidelines. We can change to suit our residents, our constituents. And even though you checked all the boxes, we work for the people of this county. And if they speak out against it and give reasons why, then it's our duty to vote our constituents' wishes. So that's my follow-up on Claude.
Anyone else wish to speak in regards to resolution 2627? Seeing none, please cast your votes. Does any commissioner wish to change his vote? 5 yes, 9 no. 5 yes, 9 no, resolution 2627 is not approved. I would say this to the body, that in this discussion of this particular issue, the recommendation was, and I think Commissioner Calicut alluded to it, that this person could be, what they want could be accomplished by going through and get the special exception. That way, that whatever their commercial use was, if they ever sold that property, it couldn't be converted to some other commercial activity in that particular area. So there's another avenue for those folks to pursue. Commissioner Clark.
That's all correct, but it should include that the special exception transfers with the ownership. If it's a special exception to do X, and the owner changes, the special exception stays with the property if the new owner wants to pursue it.
Next item is Resolution 2628, is a resolution regarding rezoning for Michael Tidwell on Brown Hollow Road. This is the second reading, and tonight is the night for the vote to be taken by the commission. It is sponsored by Commissioner Clark and Commissioner Calatai. Do either of you wish to speak to this? Commissioner Clark.
Again, it's got a yes vote out of the planning committee. It does meet all the criteria. One of the criteria for the slightly more dense zoning is that it lie within the growth area. Most of this property does. The way I've always looked at it, and the planning committee's looked at it in the past, if any of it does, it all does. The owners had it replatted to just put the part that lies within the growth area in this request to change. And that's fine. It does lie within that growth area. It is on a major road. It meets all the criteria for it. This has been a busy topic on this one here. I've gotten a lot of communications because of it. I think there's been a lot of fear on what could happen. Some of that valid, most of it not. What everybody needs to understand is this process. And some of these guys will be here 3 months from now. Claude and I won't. So again, I urge any commissioner that sits here in the next court, understand the zoning, because you have to vote on it all the time. It's not something because you don't understand. Well, I don't have anything to do with it. You need to understand it. The question before us is, should that property, although the planning committee said it meets all the criteria, we are the only body that can change the actual zoning to a piece of property. And that's what's before us tonight. Now, a lot of times, everybody's demanding to know what's gonna go on. That won't come to light until the plat approval. The developers, somebody suggested that they have to have the plat before they get this zoning. If you don't understand development, that may make sense to you, but that costs a lot of money. So what I see going on here is we have a landowner that wants to develop the property with lots. He wants to try for the slightly more dense zoning, possibly to get a few more lots out of it. I can't argue with that. We developed that more dense zoning so that could happen because of the expense of putting in water lines, building roads and everything else. If you get a few more mailboxes on it, it might cause it to happen. And that's the reason that this zoning is restricted to the growth area. Most of the questions that are coming to me on this will not be answered until, with approval of this zoning, the developer then seeks out a surveyor, a soil scientist, and a civil engineer to help develop that plat. There's a lot of discussion comes up on the septic tanks. That's handled by TDEC. And there's a signature block on that plat that will be approved or denied by the planning committee for that. And the state of Tennessee says if it will or if it won't impact. We don't really make that decision. I guess what I'm trying to say is it would be beneficial if future commissioners spend a little more time. I think you can speak to that, Mr. Chairman, having spent over a year on the planning committee, you didn't realize how much there was that you didn't know. The same would probably go for Mr. Calico. I hope future commissioners pay more attention to it and understand this process, that this is a long way from a bunch of houses being over there. And somebody's gonna have to spend a lot of money to justify that happening, because I've done it, it's not cheap. So before they spend that money, they don't wanna go spend the money and then ask, will you give this zoning? I intend to vote yes on this one, because I voted yes in the planning committee. That was me agreeing that it meets all the criteria for this zoning. My yes vote tonight would be that it would be okay to change the zoning on this piece of land. And I hope I didn't confuse anybody that may have thought they knew what they were doing before I started speaking.
Any other comments or questions regarding resolution 2628? Seeing none, please cast your votes. Does any commissioner wish to change his vote?
12 yes, 2 no.
12 yes, 2 no. Resolution 2628 is adopted. Resolution 2630 is a resolution amending the Hickman County zoning resolution pertaining to special exceptions and administrative procedures. We took a vote on this last month. It's supposed to require 2 months of discussion. And since last month, some new information has come to light, and I think Commissioner Calicott started off last month saying nobody likes this, but well, maybe there's a different but now. So, Commissioner Calicott.
Yes, and that is exactly right. Nobody that's on the planning commission or out of the planning office was real happy with the way that the state changed the law, but we do have to be in compliance with that, and that's where this resolution came from. But over the last several weeks, apparently we were not the only county that was not real happy with things, and the law was, the way it was, the bill was written, it was not very clear, and now the state planning office and CTAS, the way that they are interpreting that bill is that the BZA can stay in place, but the special exceptions that are listed in the zoning resolution need to be very clear. And so I'm going to make a motion to postpone this resolution so we can get all of that language cleaned up with the new information. And so we were trying to be compliant, and I'm glad that the state planning office, you know, sees it the way they do. And when we asked for more help from CTAS, they told us that because what was going to happen, and we talked about this last month, but what was going to happen was the special exception determination was going to be made by the planning and zoning director, and then if the citizen wanted to make an appeal, then it would go to the BZA. And it was the issue that was discussed at the planning commission was we felt like those special exceptions, it was better to go in front of the BZA, go in front of a board of citizens, and instead of the director having that authority. And so apparently other counties and a lot of people felt that was the same way that it needed to be. And so I'm going to make a motion to postpone because we are going to have to be more specific on clarifying special exceptions, and that will, I think that's a good thing. There's a lot of things in this book, we say it all the time, that needs to be cleaned up and tuned up, and more clarity, I will feel, probably helps the Board of Zoning Appeals do their job, and so hopefully it'll be going like it needs to be. But I'll make that motion to postpone.
Have a motion to postpone. Any further discussion on resolution 2630? Second by Commissioner Clark. Any discussion on the motion to postpone? All those in favor of postponing, say aye. Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. I'm assuming that that's going to go back to the that office, and there's going to be new language that may involve just ripping this thing up and starting all over. Potentially.
More likely.
Under new business, the next item is resolution 26-31. This is a resolution requesting that the state of Tennessee name a portion of State Route 46 in Hickman County as the Reverend John E. Tidwell Memorial Highway. This is sponsored by Commissioner Giannakis and myself. Commissioner Giannakis.
Yes, this is, as mentioned, to get a sign up and commemorate that road to John E. Tidwell. Back when we had white pages, I think you could turn to them, and I don't know how many pages you'd have to flip over to see Tidwell's, but there was a bunch of them, and there's a bunch of them up in that area. So this is really an individual that, as he fought during the World War II, he was a gunner on a mortar team, and he definitely served our country, and he was obviously a great citizen here in the county, and I think it would be great for you to support this, and I would appreciate a yes vote towards it. So,
and I think Road Commissioner Tidwell has already left, but this has already gone through the Road Commission. Oh, there he is. He's hiding back in the back. So, yeah, Commissioner Tidwell took this before the Road Committee, and they got the thumbs up over there before it ever came over here. So, and I agree with Commissioner Calcott. I appreciate everything that Mr. Tidwell did for this community. Any other discussion on Resolution 2631? Hearing none, please cast your votes. Does any commissioner wish to change their vote?
14 yes.
14 yes, resolution is adopted. The last resolution that we have is the one that was added tonight, and this is a resolution authorizing the execution of an interlocal agreement by and between the city of Centerville and the county of Hickman for building inspection and plan review services. This is really long overdue, and I appreciate both mayors addressing this. This allows the city to help out in case we need it in the county, and it allows the county to help out the city and for those inspections to occur. And obviously right now, we're in a little bit of a need of help. So it's a good thing that we've got this agreement. Both mayors have already agreed to this, but it does require the county commission to okay and give the authority for our mayor to enter into that agreement. This is sponsored by Commissioner Clark and Commissioner Calcott. Either of you wish to speak to this?
You pretty well covered it.
Anything else in regards to Resolution 2632? Excuse me. Seeing none, please cast your vote. Does any commissioner wish to change his vote?
14 yes.
14 yes, resolution is agreed to. Are there any announcements that need to be made? If not, the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn by Commissioner Mayberry, second by Commissioner Murray. Thank you.
It's growing on me. Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's not my favorite. But I'll be honest, I think we're and when you're successful,
Anyway.
Yeah.